After seeing Joker, my ranking of the Joker actors would be Jared Leto, Zach Galifianakis, Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill, Jack Nicholson, and my favourites, Joaquin Phoenix. Joker. Directed by Todd Phillips, director of the Hangover trilogy. Yeah, boy has he come a long way as a filmmaker since then. And is the Joker's origin story of Arthur Fleck, played by Joaquin Phoenix, whose life is sucking. He's caring for his mother and works as a clown and is frequently beaten up on the streets. And although he is having therapy sessions and develops a crush on his love interest Sophie, though sadly the way society has treated him is shaping him into a crazed, murderous psychopath, and he has this hatred for society in Gotham. He inspires the criminals of Gotham to rally and becomes the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker. Everybody knows the Joker is the greatest and most iconic superhero villain of all time, and one of the most iconic villains in all of media, period. So if you're going to make a Joker origin story, it needs to be special. And when I heard there was going to be a Joker movie this year, and I found out it wasn't going to be in the DCU, I thought, oh okay, so Jared Leto isn't going to be returning, so... And I heard Joaquin Phoenix was cast. Oh, Keen Eye from Brother Bear is the Joker. Awesome. This Joker movie is tickling my fancy. And what do you get when you cross Joaquin Phoenix as this classic villain? I'll tell you what you get. You get a fucking masterpiece of a movie. Joker is the definition of a masterpiece, and it is such a perfect origin movie for Batman's arch enemy. This is one of the greatest movies of 2019, and certainly one of the greatest superhero movies of the year. I will need to give it some thoughts whether I like it better than Shazam or not, if I were to judge both DC movies this year. But this movie was so thought-provoking that I needed to evaluate my thoughts on it for a day or two before giving you a proper review. And this may not be the most cheerful movie of 2019, go into it with that mindset, but it sure is the most thought-provoking and one of the most well-made. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker is the best of the best of the best. He is now my favourite Joker. He's one of the most extraordinary talented actors already, but this role will get him the acclaim that he deserves. There's no need to prolong or build up to his Oscar nomination. He's going to be in the nominations for Best Actor in both the Academy Awards and Harry Awards, and deservedly so. Of all the Joker actors, he is the best at the Joker's laugh. This version of the Joker, he has this condition which makes him laugh uncontrollably in certain moments. And if you're going to play the Joker, the laugh is the one thing you need to nail. And Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is also by far the most sympathetic and most humanised. He's not just born evil according to this origin story. He did have some good in his life, even though you do see why he does have this distrust of society because of how cruel society has been to him. He dealt with it in the wrong way by turning to a life of crime. And by turning to a life of crime, and this movie, by turning to a life of crime. And I never thought I would ever feel sorry for the Joker, ever, because the Joker has always been portrayed as a complete monster with no redeemable factors whatsoever in the past. And this movie for me was right to not strictly follow the origin in the comics and tell a original Joker story, helping it not to feel predictable. Because in other adaptations of the Joker, everybody knows that he falls into a tub of acid, but this origin story is far more sophisticated than that, and it's an origin story you care about far more than that. I can't believe I'm saying that. So that's why I'm a defender of Dark Phoenix, as that movie wasn't afraid to be original and differentiates it from the Dark Phoenix story in the comics. How come people are okay with Joker doing that but not Dark Phoenix? So I say if Joker can do this and do that and get away with it, so can Dark Phoenix. And Zazie Beetz totally smashed it as Sophie Drummond, the Joker's love interest. She is freaking amazing. Turns out in this Joker story, the Joker had a love interest before Harley Quinn, and Sophie Drummond, she is a single mother living with her daughter, and she's one of the few in Gotham that is on Arthur's side, and she's one of the things that Arthur should have been more thankful for, and also the moments with Arthur and his mother Penny, they were also powerfully directed, and and Penny, his mother, she's the only family Arthur has, and she's the other good soul in his life. And this is also one of the most stylishly shot films of the entire year, with a engaging soundtrack, which totally suits the brutality of the Joker's character. And this is the darkest version of the Joker to date, even darker than Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight 11 years ago. And The Dark Knight, that's received, huge controversy over the age certificate and rating. It had numerous complaints about it being rated only 12A, but Joker, I'm sure, is going to be even more controversial than that. It's not as gory as movies like Deadpool, don't get me wrong. It's just more disturbing than gory, and the most shocking scene in the entire movie was when Arthur is being interviewed on this show, and he literally shoots the host on live TV. My entire showing was completely silent in that moment alone. They were speechless, as was I. Sure, it shows some of Arthur's good side in the first half, but in the second half of this movie, that's when Arthur descends into a monster. And that moment confirmed that. There's also no Batman in this movie. This is entirely the Joker's solo film, helping the stakes feel even higher. Well, Bruce Wayne does appear in the movie, but he's still in his childhood years, so he won't become Batman for some time. And the Joker in this movie does tie into Bruce Wayne's origin also, helping Joker feel like a DC movie, as well as a groundbreaking character study. This movie will put a smile on not just the faces of the Joker fandom, but also the movie fandom in general. I give Joker 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever. So that was my review of Joker, and what a epic start to the October movie season. 2019 has turned out to be the greatest year for superhero movies, period. Well, I love you guys, thank you all for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Joker, and who's your favourite Joker actor? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review the DreamWorks movie Abominable, released this week. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.